Welcome back to Bass's Learning Mind. Today we have a fun activity. We're going to learn about colors and the alphabet. So I have here one of my favorite puzzles, and we're going to sing a song that is going to teach us about the letter names, the letter sounds, and some words that begin with it. And the fun part is that you can join along too. Are you ready? So our song goes like this. On the farm there was an A. Like with an ant here and an ant there, here an ant, there an ant, everywhere an ant. On the farm there was a bee, with a bus here and a bus there, here a bus, there a bus, everywhere a bus. On the farm there was a C, with a cat here and a cat there, here a cat, there a cat, everywhere a cat. On the farm there was a D, with a dog here and a dog there, here a dog, there a dog, everywhere a dog. On the farm there was an E, with an elephant here and an elephant there, here an elephant, there an elephant, everywhere an elephant. On the farm there was an F, with a, what's there? A frog! With a frog here and a frog there, here a frog, there a frog, everywhere a frog. On the farm there was a G, with a grape here and a grape there, here a grape, there a grape, everywhere a grape. On the farm there was an H, with a hat here and a hat there, here a hat, there a hat, everywhere a hat. On the farm there was an I, with a iguana here and an iguana there, here an iguana, there an iguana, everywhere an iguana. On the farm there was a J, with a jam here and a jam there, here a jam, there a jam, everywhere a jam. On the farm there was a K, way to go, with a key here and a key there, here a key, there a key, everywhere a key. On the farm there was an L, with a lion here and a lion there, here a lion, there a lion, everywhere a lion. On the farm there was an M, with a monkey here, with a monkey there, here a monkey, there a monkey, everywhere a monkey. On the farm there was an N, with a nose, with a nose here and a nose there, here a nose, there a nose, everywhere a nose. On the farm there was an O, with a octopus here and an octopus there, here an octopus, there an octopus, everywhere an octopus. On the farm there was a P, with a penguin here and a penguin there, here a penguin, there a penguin, everywhere a penguin. On the farm there was a Q, with a quilt, like a blanket, with a quilt here and a quilt there, here a quilt, there a quilt, everywhere a quilt. On the farm there was an R, with a, what do you think? That's a good R word. With a rabbit here and a rabbit there, here a rabbit, there a rabbit, everywhere a rabbit. On the farm there was an S, with a snake here and a snake there, here a snake, there a snake, everywhere a snake. On the farm there was a T, with a, what about a tiger? roar, can you roar? Good one. With a tiger here and a tiger there. Here a tiger, there a tiger, everywhere a tiger, tiger. On the farm there was a ewe. With a umbrella. Way to go. With an umbrella here and an umbrella there. Here an umbrella, there an umbrella, everywhere an umbrella. What about the vehicle? Let's do it. On the farm there was a with a volcano here and a volcano there. Here a volcano, there a volcano, everywhere a volcano. On the farm there was a W. With a whale here and a whale there. Here a whale, there a whale, everywhere a whale, whale. On the farm there was an X. With a fox here and a fox there. Here fox, there fox, everywhere a fox. On the farm there was a Y. Yeah. With a yogurt here and a yogurt there. Here a yogurt, there a yogurt, everywhere a yogurt. On the farm there was a Z. With a I thought about that one too. A zebra. With a zebra here and a zebra there. Here a zebra, there a zebra. Everywhere a zebra. Old McDassie had the alphabet E-I-E-I-O.
Hooray!
Well done.